where we keep all of the adult nonfiction books. Okay, so if you're looking for a subject that you want to learn about, gardening or cooking or history, this is where you will find them. So we're just going to walk around the room so you guys can see all the different books that you can choose from. We also have paintings that you can check out to hang in your home for 6 weeks at a time. If you're thinking of colors and that kind of thing, you can exchange them. We also have audiobooks that you can listen to as well. We have a foreign language section that has different languages, so if you have a language that you know or that you want to learn, you can also check those books out as well. So we're just going to walk the perimeter so you guys can see, okay? So let's go this way.
This document.
Everything checks out for the same amount of time, which is 2 weeks. You can renew the item for twice more, so you can actually keep a library item for 6 weeks for free, as long as you remember to renew. If you forget to renew, you have to pay a late fee. Then we have our fiction and our mystery section. Last aisle here. This is our oversized section, so these are the really big books on this shelf. This is my favorite section here. You can see how big the books are. Oversized.
So these are the oversized books, the big tall books here. Okay, they're all oversized. They're big books.
This is our foreign language section here. All different languages here. All right.
So if you come over with me. If you have a library card, you're welcome to use our computers for up to 2 hours per day. The only thing we charge for is printing. Printing is 20 cents per page for black and white and 50 cents per page for color. And we usually have somebody sitting right here, except when we're understaffed like we are today. So you can always ask the person here for help if you need help with the computers. Okay. 2 hours per day. Per day. Yeah, 2 hour limit per day, but you can divide it up. So like you can come and use half an hour and then come and use 45 minutes later and use the rest at the end of the day. It's just during the course of one day. Okay. And right over here, this is our circulation desk where you can check your books out and where you can apply for library cards. Science fiction, we have large print books, we have westerns, and we have young adult material downstairs. Plus there are some study carrels where you can hang out and study quietly by yourself. And there is a little coffee bar downstairs too if you want some coffee. Bathrooms are down this hall. A little more quiet in here. This is all of our magazines and newspapers. So we get, obviously, we get a bunch of newspapers and laptops or your phones. And it's a nice place to just sit and study. It's very pretty. You sit over the garden. Heritage room is actually closed today. At the very end of the hall is our heritage room and our special collections. They are closed right now, so I'm not gonna bring you in, but they have, special collections about Redlands history, about local history, and also about the Civil War and Abraham Lincoln because of our, Lincoln Shrine. So if you, have a house here in Redlands, or if there's a building that you're interested in, or you're interested in something about Redlands history, you can come to the shrine Wednesday through Sunday, and they have files and photos and just all kinds of interesting old historical stuff about Redlands. This whole wing is our reference wing. Everything that you find in this room is reference material, which means that it cannot be checked out. So you're welcome to use everything here in the library. You can make photocopies of the stuff you're using, but nothing in this room can be checked out. And it's also a nice place to sit and study. And if you ever have any questions, just go to the reference librarian. Mrs. Shannon, say hi.
Hi.
If you have any questions at all, we're always here to help. So feel free to ask whoever is sitting here, and we'll help you along with what you're doing. And then I wanted to show you our database computers. Let me give one of these to everyone if you can kind of pass these around. This is a list of our databases. Let's just kind of pass this down. Does anybody want to be a volunteer? So if you have an assignment and they tell you to get articles or books about a certain person or a certain topic, you can do that through our databases. So for example, if you scroll down on here, click on biography. This is biography in context. So if you need to write a report or get some information about a certain person, this is where you would do it. And the information you get in here is not Google. It's not the rest of the internet. It is good Bible information that you get from scholarly magazines and from books. So it's not just everything that's on the internet. It's been gone through and it's all good source material. So you can trust what you get from the databases, whereas you cannot trust everything that you see on the internet. So go ahead and type in the name of just anyone that you might be interested in. If anyone has a person they're curious about.
I don't know these people. Who is this person?
Oh, let's find out. Michael Emerson.
Okay.
Looks like he's an actor. He was on Lost. I remember that show. So you just type your person's name in just like you would on Google. And then if you scroll down, these are all biographies, magazine articles, photos, news articles, academic journals, websites. So if you just click on any of them, so go ahead and just click on one, it'll bring the whole thing right up. Oh, just say no thanks. They try to get you to do a survey. So you can find all kinds of articles this way and all kinds of websites and useful information about the person you're looking for. And if you see one you like, you can either print it or you can just click on email and email it to yourself. And when you get to your computer that you're using, it'll pop right up in your email and you can print it out or look at it from there. So if you're doing a big project, so you would just, if you wanted to, you would put your own email in there. You can even give it a message if you want and say, here's the information about so-and-so. Send it off, and next time you look at your computer, it will be there. So we've got one
That's
for
for biographies. Okay, and then
That's for biographies. We've got all kinds of other ones. The main ones that students use are the biography and context, which we just looked at. Opposing viewpoints is a good one. If you need to write a report about like a controversial topic, something that people disagree about, something for a debate, that sort of thing. It gives you both sides of the story so that you can learn about it fairly.
Where's that?
Let's see, going down. Right there, opposing viewpoints. And then, perfect. And this gives you little hints about things that you might be interested in, but you can also search it the way you would search on Google. So if you have a topic like, what's a controversial topic right now, climate change or something like that.
and are these Gale databases available from home?
They are, as long as you have a library card with us. So anyone who doesn't have a library card, if you live here in Redlands, make sure as part of your tour to stop at the checkout desk and get a library card. If you have a library card, you can use this from any computer. You just have to type in the number on the back of your card and your PIN number. Your PIN number is the last 4 digits of your phone number. Okay. So you can do all of this. The only databases you cannot get from home are Ancestry.com, which is a genealogy database, and JSTOR. And this is really high-level graduate work. Yeah, very academic. So, and then if you're Gale Student Services and Context and Gale Reference Center Gold, they're more general. If you just need to do an article about, you've got kind of an open topic and you need to learn more about it, you can go to either one of those. Just open up Student Services. And it kind of features little topics. Like when I opened it up, it came right up to bullying and then the Cuban Missile Crisis. Halloween, this is an interesting one.
So if you don't have a topic but you need to think of one, you could still.
That's exactly
Go
it.
there.
You can go there and get some hints. So this opens up all kinds of, I clicked on Halloween, so this is articles about Halloween and different festivals, the history of Halloween as a holiday, news, academic journals have written about it, Celtic origins of Halloween. You just get all kinds of information. So if you're just stuck and you're looking for a topic and you're looking for information, this is a really great place to start. Much longer. Does everyone have any questions? We just talked. Yeah, let me show you. Let's see.
Or language learning.
Is we do have pronunciator. Down here, we've got pronunciator. You will have to set up an account, and you do need a library card in order to do this. So you'd be doing this from home. You set up an account for yourself. It has over 80 different languages that people can learn, including English. And the ESL part of learning English, they have English for people who speak Spanish as their native language. They have English for people who speak, I believe, Arabic as their native language. They have one specifically for healthcare professionals. They've got all kinds of great resources for ESL.
We've taken a look at that in class just a little bit, just to see it.
It's really worth
It is.
exploring.
And
It's
then
really great.
the other one, don't forget guys, is the Flipster with all the
Flipster.
magazines.
Yeah.
Because they have some Spanish or other language magazines, I think, as well. I know
They
I saw
do.
people in Espanol.
Yeah, here's Flipster. Flipster is just free magazines that you can look at on your computer instead of, they do have people on Espanol. So if you just click on that, it opens it right up just like the magazine itself. And it's just like you're flipping through the magazine. So you don't have to spend money on magazines. You just have your library card and read magazines on your computer instead.
I had a question about e-books. If something is an e-book, what do you need an app to read it, or how will you receive it?
You do need to download software called Overdrive.
Okay.
So if you go to our website and go to e-resources, the very first thing that'll come up is Overdrive.
Overdrive.
Yeah. And you do need to download the software to your device, whichever device you're using. It has print books and it has audiobooks. So some of it is device specific, like if you don't have an audio thing, if you're doing it on your computer or something like that, or a tablet, you might not be able to get the audio. If you have an iPhone or an Android phone, it'll pretty much do anything. Works well with iPad and with Kindle.
Great.
So yeah, that's another great way of saving money. And you still check the books out for 2 weeks, just like you would from the library. And after 2 weeks, you'll still see the book, but they'll click on it and it'll be gone.
Can't
It goes off to someone else, just like a print book would.
Okay.
Does anyone have any other questions?
We're good.
All right, I'm going to take you back to Pam because I think there was one more person who wanted to give you some information. So this way.
Did Jen do the tour of the reference area?
She did.
Do you
I
want
don't think, did Jen mention this room?
No.
Well, yeah, so we might be interested to know about this.
So, welcome to the Young Readers Room.
Yeah,
This
I
room
didn't-
is not just for, oh, there
I
you are.
can't find Diane.
She's
so
not answering.
she's still out.
Okay. This is not just for children, because young readers are not always only children. We have adults that are learning the language, and so we have books that are available to help you to learn English and other languages as well. We have a foreign language section in here also. It's not as extensive as the adults, but we do have some foreign language books as well. So we have audiobooks here also, magazines, tons and tons of books, and we have tons of programs if any of you have children. We have tons of programs throughout the whole entire year. We have monthly calendars that are here for your kids, so you guys can see what happens during the month for the children. We have a map that tells you where the books are located in this section. The nonfiction books are on the perimeter of the wall. The chapter books are in the center, and then the picture books are over on the end in the story corner. You can check out 20 items altogether on your library cards. So you can divvy that up however you like, with books, movies, CDs, magazines, however, 20 items altogether. If you want to get 20 movies, you can. If you want to get 20 books, you can. If you want to get 5 books, 5 movies, 5 magazines, whatever, it's 20 altogether for 2 weeks at a time. All right, do you guys have any questions?
Just Pam, what is the, like for Tiny Tots, for example, what's the youngest age you would recommend?
Tiny Tots is the 2 and 3 year olds for story times. We have those on Thursday mornings. We have 2 sessions because there's so many of them, so we have to break it into 2. So we have a 10:15 and a 10:40 session, and those story times are over in the Contemporary Club. We have our foreign language story times here in this department, in the story corner, and then for the larger groups we have the Contemporary Club.
Can we come with, I'm teaching here, can we come with our school?
Today?
No, to the,
Oh, no, I don't think you are. To story time?
She's
Yeah.
asking, she teaches at a Montessori school,
Oh,
and then
yes.
she teaches Spanish,
For
so she's
field
asking
trips.
if they could come.
Yeah, for field trips, yeah, definitely give me a call and we can get on the calendar. We do field trips all the time, throughout the whole year.
we work so close from here. to
Oh,
that.
good. It was added to the library in 1920, where you guys first met at the front. That was the original library. That was built in 1888. So that was a long time ago. So that was the original part of the library. At the end of the arch, where you just came from the reference area, this was the end of the original library. They pushed back that wall to make the reference wing larger. I can't remember the year that happened. But then this wing was added in 1920 by Daniel Smiley. He was the younger stepbrother of Alfred and Albert Smiley. So in 1920, when he came to Redlands, there was no space for kids here at the library. So he put $5,000 back in 1920 and built this beautiful building.
Wow.
$5,000 today would be right here. A little space. We have a beautiful mural that was painted by Leo Politi back in 1984 for the library. He is a world famous artist. He was from Los Angeles, but he used to love to come to Redlands. He just loves our community, and he wanted to depict what children used to do back in 1920. So he researched and found out these are the activities that children would do. There was no television, there was no iPads, there was no cell phones, there was no Xbox. This is what the children used to do: paint and play kites and sail and read and play. And when I do this tour with children, I always ask them if they've ever done these activities, and they do. So kids today still like to do these activities. So it's kind of neat to see a correlation. We have beautiful stained glass windows in this department. This one here is of the Three Bears and Goldilocks and Little Red Riding Hood. This door here is the back door. So you can see Little Red Riding Hood is about to enter into the library to check out books before she goes to Grandma's house. And there is a chimney outside that you can see on the outside. It's still there. It's not a fireplace anymore, just the outside chimney. We have these two paintings up here were donated from the family of those children. They have since grown up and passed on, but these children used to love to come to the library and read back in the early 1900s. So that is actually them reading at the library. That's so
So
fun.
these are the children of Daniel?
No, this is just a family that lived
A
in
family,
Redlands. And we have Dobby from Harry Potter. If you guys have read that or seen the movies, that's Dobby. Other stained glass windows have been put in through the years. Our very first one was the second window of Alice in Wonderland, I believe. The second window. The nursery rhymes here with Humpty Dumpty and Kate Diddle-Diddle. Very fun. Do you guys have any questions? No, you're so good.
So what the adult literacy program is for people who want to improve their reading and writing in English. It's for people 18 years and older unless they're outside of the high school program, then it goes down to age 16. The commitment that is made is that you need to make a 6-month commitment to meet weekly. Well, that you got your printed today, so I can start with my learner. Oh, good. Thank you so much. New tutor. So 6-month commitment, meeting an hour and a half a week at the library, at Smiley Library, certainly. And we do have, it as early as 8 or 8:30 in the morning, but most of it is during the times that the library is open. This is kind of an active spot, isn't it? I feel like I'm in a roadway. So what we do is, if you have an interest in it, I can get you the forms. We just take your name and address and contact information. And Diane Shimoda, who is the adult literacy coordinator, will make an appointment with you, and she'll do an assessment just to find out what your goals are, what your reading and writing levels are, so that you can be matched with a volunteer tutor. The meetings with the tutor are one-on-one, which I will say as a longtime tutor is so helpful, because then we can really focus on what your needs are. It's not in a class, there's no race that you're trying to do. We provide all materials, and so it's free, and I think it can really change your life. Some people come in, they say they want to help their children in school, so they want to improve their reading and writing. Some people want to advance their education. We've had people from the adult school who were struggling in the adult school or were graduates of the adult school. So we take people in wherever they're at. Are there any questions about the program? Would anyone like me to get the little form so that I just have name and address? I know the adult school has that information as well, so if you talk to the receptionist at the adult school, they have the information and they're happy to help you with that.
Okay.
Would anybody like to give her your information now, your name and phone number today? If you're interested in having a tutor in the, yeah, okay, Elena?
Let me get the forms and I'll come right back. Is
Okay.
that
And then
convenient?
Ms. Pam, should we head into the middle and see who wants to do library cards? Okay.
I'm heading the same way.
All right, so we'll head over with you then.
Okay, terrific. I can show you the way.
Thank you so much for coming today, guys.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your time.
Just to improve reading, they want to share. And I think the best way to grow as a person and certainly in reading and writing is to do this. So thank you. This is going to be very precious
So
to
you
us.
can share it with all of your tutors if
We
you
will.
want, or
We will. And you know, this is something that maybe I'm going to suggest to our coordinator that maybe it be attached to in the Heritage Room the anthology that was written, because it's wonderful to hear that what we wrote inspired. So we're going to share it definitely with
Great.
the learners.
Great.
They'll be very honored.
Good.
Thank you very much.
We've
All right.
enjoyed reading their stories.
Thank you.
Basically the end, except I just realized I need to take a picture.
And I
So
do,
don't go.
and I'll take a picture with you in it
That'd
if
be
you like.
awesome, yeah.
So here is the form. See how simple it is? Just name, address, email, and then we'll contact you. So
So
I'll give it
this
to
one is for the adult literacy program, if you want a one-on-one tutor. But then the others over here will be for library card. But we will take a picture, so don't leave.
And does anyone need a pen to fill this out? Uh-huh.
Okay, so 1, 2, cheese. Okay, got it. Thank you.